Welcome everybody to NAB Stadium here in Auckland Flower as Nothing But Net Media presents to you the QBL Game of the Week featuring the Rockhampton Rockets visiting the Brisbane Capitals. It's John Guarna here with you, and I'm joined tonight by my man Dave Derwin. Dave, this is going to be a great game. Rockhampton, talent all over the floor, and the Capitals, one of the top teams in the South. I'm expecting a real battle tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, Johnny. It's good to be here again, and as you said, it's the deep Capitals, and Rockhampton's got a couple of probably a three-headed monster primarily from a scoring point of view with Rocky, but they're solid as well, and they've got a few new guys, so they're trying to get some guys together. So early days in the season, but should be a great game.
Yeah, Rockhampton bringing in Ray Turner. He returned last night, Dave, and he had a huge game versus the USC Rip.
Yeah, 24-14 is a good start, and you probably think that's if you're Coach Tweedy, you're hoping that around those markers coming in every weekend from now on. But they look pretty relaxed in warm-up, maybe a little too relaxed. So we'll see how Rocky comes out of the gate.
And Brisbane, Rockhampton won that game last night, 82-71 at the University of the Sunshine Coast. Ray Turner had the double-double of 24 points and 14 rebounds. Their other import, Jordan Gregory, also had a great game, 24 points and 9 rebounds. He's part of that two-headed monster you're talking about, but that's not all that Rockhampton has.
Yeah, I mean, Gleason's certainly handy as well, and McMillan's basically got a double-double every game he's played. So, they've got a really solid five, that's for sure. And then, tonight it's the Caps who, again, you've got 5 guys who average double-figure points. And for me, it's guys like Jeffries who I think, a great player who needs to step up a little bit here and lead the boys. And so Brisbane can make a bit of a statement.
Yeah, Brisbane comes in on a bit of a winning streak also. They had that tough 88-87 win last weekend versus Mackay. They won that in pretty much the last seconds of the game, and they held Mackay to 28 points in the second half. I was talking to Coach Jeff Tarrant before the game, and he was very happy with their effort in the second half, particularly on the defensive end. And Brisbane needs to tighten things up defensively if they're going to have a chance to win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, but keeping Mackay to 87 was a good outcome, and I think. Tonight they'll probably do the same thing. They'll look to match up full court against Mitch and Chris Can and the like. And again, Rocky's a pretty veteran crew though, so they're used to that kind of stuff. It's just going to come down to I think every Brisbane game we'll call always comes down to shot selection, right? So there's a bit of a green light for them, and it's sometimes it's not that difference between a good shot and a bad shot.
Yeah, and it's moving the pill. We'll see what happens. We're going to get ready for the national anthem. We'll come back shortly with more commentary. Nice pre-recorded rendition there of the Australian national anthem.
I think that's the Human Nature version.
So, Dave, keys to the game for you tonight. Obviously, Rockhampton comes in off the back of a win. They got Ray Turner back last night. I'm expecting to see a heavy dose of Ray Turner. But also, for me, Rockhampton has to take advantage of their size advantage. We know one of the areas of weakness for Brisbane is their size up front and their depth up front. So for me, I'm looking at Rockhampton to work the ball inside to Turner, McMillan, and the rest of their big guys, and try and exploit Brisbane inside.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's spot on, John. And equally, size is always going to be an issue with the Caps. And I think the other challenge for them also is getting Dusty enough shots and getting him involved in the offense. I think when Dusty handles the ball and's involved, good things happen. And like I touched on, I think Jeffries is only averaging 10 points a game, but he really should be a 20-point guy. He's certainly got the skills to. So it's whether or not he gets a bit more, I guess, interested in dominating, and that's what I think we'd like to see.
Yeah, I think from Brisbane's perspective, I think you have to try to get, again, very similar to what they did to Mackay last weekend, really try and get things going, a bit of that up and down action. You got to get the Rockhampton moving, and trying to keep pace with you. I know people criticize Brisbane for their shot selection, but the emphasis is always going to be on taking quality shots, and that's the area that Coach Tarrant hasn't been happy with the Capitals. He's not too upset that they're taking those quick shots. It's that they're not quality shots. He wants to see a little bit more ball movement. So I expect to see that out of Brisbane tonight. If they could get one or two passes and a bit of a ball reversal, I think that Rockhampton might have their hands full.
Yeah, I think so. And again, Brisbane isn't shooting the lights out from the season either, John. I think Anderson's okay, but Jeffries and Carter are both not shooting great clips from 3-point line, but they're both capable for sure. So again, that good shot out of their motion offense, they run a bit of flex, and again, it's how Rockhampton use that physicality that I think they've got a bit of an advantage there.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. When I talked to Michael Van Dongen in the women's game before, he was saying how Rockhampton likes to kind of play things a little bit slower, where Brisbane, because they're always in your face, they tend to speed you up. So I'm very interested to see how Rockhampton handles that in-your-face pressure defense of Brisbane. I think they have the guards that can handle it. You have Mitch Philp, who's been there before, Gleason's seen it before. So it's not going to be anything new for Rockhampton, but it's unlike anything they've seen, at least thus far this season.
Yeah, and that's a good point, because Brisbane do play at a pretty good pace, and so that's something that might stun Rocky maybe the first half at least, and if they can make the adjustment. But again, they got a really deep roster. We went and watched the Logan game last night, and equally there's some really good sort of sevens, team of really deep sevens in the QBL. And I challenge Rocky would have as good as 5 or 6 as anyone else in the league. So, they're in a good position this year to really challenge for the title again.
Yeah, I think Rockhampton, especially with the return of Ray Turner now, you look at a front line of Ray Turner and Oren McMillan. McMillan is an NBL talent. He's been there before. He wasn't he didn't play last year, but the guy is a legit big man. He can play inside. He's got a bit of a Jimmy on him. And Ray Turner has lit up the QBL in seasons past. So you add a Philp and a Gleason, and then another guy like a Jordan Gregory. This is a powerful Rockhampton team. I think if Brisbane can get to Rockhampton's bench, it'll play to their advantage.
Yeah. As Brisbane wins a tip, and the other thing too, we talked about size, and it'll be interesting to see how they try and exploit Anderson a little bit. I mean, he is a slight guy, and Carter's playing the 4 spot, so how he goes.
Yeah, Carter misses the 3 early, and Rocky gets the rebound. Gleason trying to kick up ahead. Good hustle back, though, there, so that's a turnover. Thompson nearly loses it. So, bit of a mixed bag in the start here for both teams. It's a bit of a zone here from Rockhampton. Anderson gets Gleason in the air. He's fouled. So good job there by Aaron Anderson. A bit over-aggressive there by Sean Gleason. Going to send Anderson to the line for 2 shots on the season. Aaron Anderson, one of the top free throw shooters in the competition. He was shooting at about a 90% clip. It's dipped down to just 86.4.
Yeah, certainly a solid guard in the QBL, averaging I think 21 a game. And he has a great first step and pretty veteran moves. So like I commentated in the pre-game, John, it'll be interesting to see how Rocky come out, because they had a pretty lethargic warm-up, and the zone looks a bit unanimated. Is that a word? Unanimated?
We'll give you that.
Yeah.
A bit slow at the
what I
the
mean.
moment. Yep. And Brisbane coming out. You see Thompson guarding Philp way outside there. Philp gets himself in the corner. He switched out on Dusty Reichart. Inside from McMillan. McMillan pump fake. Left hand is good. So we see immediately Rockhampton going right inside to McMillan.
Yeah, great pass from Philp. Again, just Brisbane struggling with the split line D, and that's something, again, if you're playing with sort of 4 guards, you're gonna give up a little bit, as Dusty gets a nice cut to the rim.
Yeah, great ball movement there, and a great cut by Dusty coming off that little short shuttle cut. Gregory has it. He can shoot from 3, and he hits his first one. Don't let that guy get going early, because he'll hurt you.
On cue. He made you look real good, John.
48% on the season. He's shooting from 3, so that have to be one of the top clips. You know, he's going to do a lot of his work with the Jimmy as Anderson tries to answer. That's no good. Turner tips it. Reichart comes down with it somehow. Kicks it out to Jeffries for 3. That's up. That's short. And Turner with the rebound. Now, again, it's a good look, so you're not unhappy about that shot, but Jeffries just can't get it to fall. Turner on the baseline. That's short. McMillan, though, with the offensive rebound and put back. It's a 7-4 lead for Rocky.
Yeah, McMillan's really going to be a key here because I think he's the kind of guy who'll finish the night with, 20 and 15 against this type of group. Just with his energy and activity. I mean, in the NBL, he had a similar role. He's not going to do anything outstanding, but he's real solid in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Sean Gleason just picked up his second personal foul, so that's something to keep an eye on. As thought Coach Tweedy might go to the bench here early, but he's going to let Gleason run with 2 fouls. Baseline drive by Thompson. Flip is no good. Reichart, though, with the follow.
Yeah, well, I give McMillan a rap, and he just had a horrible attempt at moving his feet and closing out and just let Jeffries walk by him, which isn't a great start.
Gregory on the baseline. He's double teamed. Has to go way out for Philp. Now back to Gregory. Going to fire for 3. That's strong, and Reichart with the rebound. I tell you, though, you don't want to leave Gregory open like that. Anderson's pass stolen there by Ray Turner. Nice athletic play there by Turner. Leads to Philp pushing the ball up court. Philp is going to have to bring things back out and reset. Now Gleason on the wing. Skips it over to Gregory. Gregory looking inside. It's not there. Brisbane doing a good job keeping the ball outside. Philp inside for McMillan. It's tipped around. McMillan comes down with it. 1 second. That's going to be a shot clock violation. It's a great defensive possession there for Brisbane.
Yeah, a little too much dribble there from Philp for me. Just they got to get in the offense a bit quicker. I mean, there's no need to just dribble the ball for 15 seconds and do nothing with it. Especially when you got guys like Gregory and Gleason on the wings.
Carter has it now for Reichart. I think Brisbane, I think Rockhampton is doing a good job here early, playing the game at their pace. Anderson with the hesitation dribble. Ball goes out of bounds, but Brisbane will maintain possession.
A lot of zone early in the season, Johnny. I mean, I'm not really sure why. But just an observation in the last few weeks in particular, a lot of teams playing zone.
I think...
and just sitting in it for like the whole quarter too, like nothing, no real purpose other than, I don't know.
I just think most teams, and again, I mentioned this in the women's game, that teams are going to challenge you to beat them from outside, and until a team consistently can hit that outside jump shot, you're sitting in zone, and at this level, I don't mind it. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind it as a change up, but defensively, you just got to have some pride. One-on-one, stop your guy, and it's just interesting.
I definitely agree. I think we've talked about at the junior levels. I think they should get rid of the zone defense at a junior level for sure, but at this level, the zone has a purpose, and a team, playing for a championship, if you can't hit the outside shot, let them sit in the zone.
Maybe I've given McMillan a bit too much early love because he's had a couple of bad shots and a couple of poor defensive rotations.
And then Jeffries just hit the layup just right in the face of Oren McMillan. It's a good follow there by Ryan Jeffries. That might help him get going. Both teams, though, struggling with the jump shot here early.
Yeah, I think Rocky's real slow to get into their stuff.
That has a lot to do with Brisbane's pressure. Carter gambles and winds back up with it. McMillan loses it on the baseline, and Jeffries comes up with it.
Yeah, good pressure from Brisbane, and great look from Dusty back to Carter.
Yeah, Carter skying to the basket. Gives the Brisbane Capitals a 3-point lead, 10-7.
Yeah, did a good job just going down the pipes, making sure he cut after he kicked ahead in transition.
Philp has it now on the baseline. Corner 3 for Gleason is up, and that's good. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, Gleason's always been a real solid player in this league.
Carter goes right at the defense, and he finishes strong. I like that out of Carter. We see him complete 2 shots at the basket. And then he gets a steal. Thompson cannot control it, though. The ball goes out of bounds, and both teams going to go to the bench here. Checking in for Coach Tweedy is Chris Cann and Jackson McTeer. And checking in for the Capitals is Drew Phillips. Phillips is a guy that the Capitals really rely on, and he has struggled so far this season.
Yeah, good energy from Zach too, putting a bit of pressure on Turner. I mean, Turner's second game, is he, I don't know what his fitness may be like either, Johnny, so that's probably something worth getting up and in and making him do something.
Just having a bit of a chat here at the bench to see if Clark was right.
I think, from an experience point of view, Brisbane certainly has it on Sunshine Coast, right? So it's not like it's a Sunshine Coast like last night, but certainly Turner's a quality big.
Yeah, Turner, again, he's done it before in this competition, and he showed himself last night that he's going to just pick up where he left off.
Yeah.
Philp now with the dribble, kicks it into the corner, but Gregory steps out of bounds. So that's another turnover there for Rockhampton. And Coach Tarrant going to go to the bench. Alex Barker going to check in for Zach Carter.
Yeah, I mean, that from Philp was a lot better. I mean, having a bit of purpose when he penetrates. And again, at the seams of the zone, made a nice pass, just unfortunately out of bounds, and we've got 2 in a row.
Yeah, 2 plays in a row that a player steps out of bounds. Tom Malloy going to check in for the Capitals. And Dusty.
I don't know, do the guys need glasses maybe? I mean, it was last night, there was one too. I don't understand it.
You got to have that court awareness, that's for sure.
I don't understand how you step out of bounds like that.
Phil now with Kopskas guarding him closely. Gregory gets his feet set. That's short. Anderson fighting with Turner for the rebound. Ball goes out of bounds, though, off of Turner.
Yeah, good box out from Anderson, certainly competing. Giving away a foot, maybe.
Phillips goes baseline. They work it around to Anderson. Wing 3 is up. That rolls in and out. Tipped up and in, though, there by Tommy Malloy. Gives the Capitals a 4-point lead.
Yeah, good job, Malloy hitting the glass. And good rotation from Brisbane. Barker making the nice skip.
Now Cann has it. Over to Philp. Philp looking to work off a McTeer screen. He's got to bring it back out with 3 seconds to go. He's got to fire a deep 3. That's short. Good rebound there by Drew Phillips.
I think he was watching a bit too much Steph today.
Anderson tries to find a cutting Barker. It's turned over, though. Philp kicks it ahead for Cann. Hands off for Turner. Turner goes right at Kopskas, who draws the offensive foul. I say it all the time, but I do not think there's a player in this competition that draws more charges than Anthony Kopskas.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was a bad pass from Cann. I mean, the whole world knew Turner was coming down the middle, and really he had no space, and Kopskas was sitting there. As a point guard, Cann's got to make a better decision.
Yeah, there's a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. 3:17 to go in the first. It's a 14-10 lead for Brisbane on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium here in Auchenflower. It's an early 4-point lead for the Brisbane Capitals over the Rockhampton Rockets. 14-10 with 3:17 to go. Pretty good start for both teams, Dave. I think they'd be pretty happy with how things are going. Coach Tweedy taking the timeout, just trying to make some adjustments. What do you think he said in that timeout there?
Yeah, I think obviously Gleason's got a couple, and they're okay. Mainly is just that rotations in the zone. I mean, they've got to move and find a player. Brisbane certainly likes to put them up, and so they've just got to talk a bit better.
Davis on the baseline, increasing the lead for Brisbane, 16-10. Jake Davis coming off his best game of the QBL season last week versus Mackay. Scored a season-high 11.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not liking the energy defensively from Rockhampton. I think that's something that, you know, Coach Tweedy should have talked about too.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jake Davis had 13 last week. Pass inside is deflected. Can comes up with it. Winds up with Gregory, who fires for 3. That's short. Turner trying to tip it around, gets the rebound, and he puts it in and is fouled. Great tenacity there by Ray Turner. And now he has an opportunity for a 3-point play.
Yeah, big dog going to work on the boards. Great job, and that's what Rocky need. He picking up all the rubbish, getting the N1. That's how you're going to hurt Brisbane, is in the interior.
2:25 to go in the quarter here. 16-12 the lead. Ray Turner, he is just an impressive player. You know, you look at him and he's a big dude. He moves pretty well. You know, 25 and 14 in your first game back. Obviously, he's been playing somewhere, but that's still a pretty good output in your first game back in Australian soil.
Yeah, and he's just got that size that you know, a lot of the teams don't have, and the polish as well. So you know, it's interesting because Malloy's a big dude too. I think he has the longest arms in QBL, and so you know, it'll be a good matchup.
And it's it's almost a 1-3-1 now from Rockhampton. Phillips has it now in the corner, dribbles into a double team. He's got to bring it back out. Jake Davis has the ball. He's going to fire a deep 3. That's short. Turner with the rebound. So
yeah, we talked about shot selection, and I'm sure Brisbane is after better than that.
Phil puts it on the deck, kicks it over to Gregory. Great pump fake, steps into a long 2. That's a bit too strong, and Phillips comes down with it.
And this is where Brisbane's good. In trans, on cue, as I think Turner blocked it.
I don't know if he got a piece of that or if Davis blew it. One way or the other, Turner influenced the shot. Now Can has it, put it on the deck, gets it out to McTeer.
Nice
now
pass.
Philp. 3-pointer is good for Mitch Philp, ties the game at 16.
Yeah. Great pass from McTeer, making that extra pass.
Yeah, big fella Jackson McTeer. I'm sure he played in the GPS. I can't remember if it was with TSS or I think it was TSS McTeer played for. As Gregory gets the steal, he's going to go right to the rim, lay it in, and Rockhampton has the lead for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah, good. I mean, and that's where you know, they just need a bit of a settler here, Brisbane. They really need to get in their stuff and maybe look for something that's not a 3-ball.
Davis fires for, no, they're going to say it was a 2, and we're knotted up at 18. I like it, though. They went inside and then back out, so that's a good shot.
Yeah, and that's where the zone's weak. Johnny is trying to hit those guys in the middle, either with penetration or low post and high post.
Phillips shoots an air ball. Phillips comes down with it. Now Barker going to bring it up for the Brisbane Capitals. Good in and out dribble, and then Gleason. Oh, no, sorry, that's Ken. Ken's going to pick up the personal.
Yeah, I don't know what Philip was doing then. I mean, plenty of time on the clock, right? He's had a couple of really bad shots so far.
And Coach Tweedy going to go back to Sean Gleason with 36 seconds to go here in the first quarter. I like what the referees have done here tonight, though. They're letting them play, Dave.
Yeah, and I think one of the things too, Johnny, is obviously no Penny Nasalo, right? And you know, he's a great glue guy that's been good for this Rocky program the last few years. And you know, I think they lose an awful lot when he's not around.
Yeah, for sure. We saw Penny at the Powerage charity game earlier this year for the victims of the Fiji flooding.
Yeah.
And he looked like he could still get them up.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm surprised we haven't seen him play.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And I think he was hinting at a Brisbane return, maybe with the family. So
Phillips goes to the line, hits the first.
Maybe back at the Pirate ship next year, huh?
Who knows? Just know that Rockhampton is missing him at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Phillips goes 1 of 2. Tommy Malloy with the tip back up and in. It's a 3-point lead for Brisbane.
Yeah, McMillan again, missed box out. I mean, you just can't do that. It's just unacceptable at this level.
Turner on the baseline, triple teamed. He's swatted by Malloy, but there's a foul on the floor. Let's see who they give that one to. Going to give that one to Jacob Davis. So Turner's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Great help defense there, though, by Malloy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Rocky cope, because Brisbane really packed the key. And when I say really, I mean like they got 5 guys in the key at almost all times. And when they get that post feed, you know, Turner may not used to having three guys converge on him. So that'll be interesting to see how he reads that. And again, how I think you can beat Brisbane effectively is quick kickouts out of the low post and looking at that cross action as well. So, you know, a high-low, but also looking for the cross-court pass.
14 seconds to go in the quarter. Jacob Davis in the corner for three. That's no good. Turner comes down with it. He's going to bust out. With 6 seconds to go, he's looking to get to the rim. Runs right through Kopsikis, and that's another charge that Anthony Kopsikis picks up, this time on Ray Turner. That's going to be Turner's first personal foul. Sorry, his second as well. So Gleason has 2, and Turner has 2 now. And Jackson McTeer is going to check back in for Ray Turner. I would have liked to see the big fella give that up early and get it back.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you just transition. You've got to have a good kick ahead early. He can still fill his lane with his rim run. But you know, again, he's got 2 fouls now.
Anderson tries to beat the buzzer. He can't. So at the first quarter break, it's 21-20. Brisbane leads. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some stats and analysis after this break. You're watching QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium here in Auchenflower. It's an early 21-20 lead here for Brisbane over Rockhampton. Take a quick look at some of the stats for us, D-Love.
Yeah, sorry, I just was handed by the man himself, V-Dog. If you just give me a second. But, I mean, you know, Anderson's, they probably haven't shot a great clip from three-point. Well, Jake Davis, they called that a 2, didn't they? So,
they did call that one a 2, yep.
So 0 for 9, actually, Johnny, is from downtown.
We're talking Brisbane here?
Yeah, yeah. And, I mean, you know, a couple of good looks, that's for sure. So they're shooting 69%. So other than that, all their 2s have been real good. And, you know, no one really outstanding. I mean, they're sharing the ball. Leading scorers is, you know, Tom Malloy and Dusty with 4 points each. So nothing outrageous in the Brisbane end. And again, from Rockhampton, you know, Turner's been good, picked up a couple of fouls early, as did Gleason.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do with those fouls on Turner and Gleason as Gleason pump fakes, goes inside from McMillan. McMillan can't handle the pass. So that's a turnover. Probably not the start to the quarter that you want if you're Coach Neil Tweedy.
Yeah.
Now Kopska's going to run the point here. Anderson going to get a breather. I said last week, though, with when we were calling the game with Dan George, if I'm Coach Tarrant, I'm leaving Aaron Anderson on the floor at all times.
Yeah, I mean, he's just such a dynamic player that brings so much and energy-wise as well.
Phillips' 3 is no good. Gleason comes down with it. Coach Tarrant, though, loves playing his bench. He's got the full bench unit on the court here. Let's see what Rocky can do against the Brisbane bench. Gleason stepping into a 2. That's no good. McMillan tips it out to himself, and Rocky's got another possession. Gregory out to McMillan. He'll fire a 3. That's strong. Kopskis with the rebound, and then McTeer is going to foul him from behind.
Yeah, good effort on the glass from Rocky, you know, certainly competing. And that's the other thing, too. Brisbane really scrambled because they kind of have, realistically, 9 guards and Dusty and Tom Malloy, right? So,
yeah.
So they're certainly, you know, athletic, and that's one of their strengths is how they can get around the floor. But equally, too, when there's all that ball pressure, they can miss some rebounding assignments.
Davis going to fire a deep 2, no good. Barker with the rebound, and he'll bring things back out.
I don't know what the opposite to hot is, Johnny. Really, really, really cold, but they're 0 of 11. Just kick off the game.
And Malloy's in a bit of trouble. He's got to get it to Davis. Davis with his feet in the paint throws up the floater, no good. Coming down with it is Gregory for Rockhampton.
Good box out from McTeer under the rim. And Gregory's going to pick up their blocking on Barker.
Yeah, it's always, Barker, there was definitely contact there. He was in decent position, but when you're sideways, you're never going to get that charging call.
Yeah, just that little sneaky shift to the right got him. But again, good job from Gregory pushing the ball in trans.
And wholesale changes there for the Capitals, going from the bench unit to the starting unit there, Coach Tarrant. So he reinserts Jeffries, Anderson, Reichart, Thompson, and Carter. And Rockhampton's answering with McMillan, McTeer, Gregory, Gleason, and Can. And then we see Ray Turner going to get set to check back in as well.
Yeah, 7 turnovers already for Rocky John is, not great, especially considering they've got a pretty experienced group. And so obviously Tweedy's going to try and clean that up in the second quarter.
22-21 the lead now after the 2 free throws there by Gregory. Guy's got a beautiful stroke on his shot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Good pass inside for Reichart. He's double teamed. What a great look there though from Dusty to Thompson. It's a 1-point lead for Brisbane now.
Yeah, great look, but again, just really, really soft defensively from Rocky. I mean, they're not taking a great deal away.
Anderson gets up, finger rolls it in. He got his hands on the ball on one end, and then he steals the inbounds pass, gets another one. This is why you don't take him off the court. He just can make so much happen for you on both ends of the court.
Yeah, great energy from Anderson.
And here's a bit of a trap. Thompson gets his hand on the ball, kicks it up for Anderson, another layup. He blows it though. Jeffries with the rebound. Gee, I got a little ahead of myself there. Anderson goes right at McMillan. He misses. Can comes up with it over to Gleason.
Yeah, and that's, I think, kind of a little bit of a heat check / excitement from Anderson, but, they need to sort of knuckle down too and get a good look.
Gleason out to Gregory for 3. That's good. Jordan Gregory cuts the lead to 2 now for Brisbane.
Really smooth. Like him what I see here from Gregory early, Johnny.
Yeah, he's wearing the pink shoes with confidence, that's for sure. Jeffrey is going to try and answer with his own 3. That's strong. Now Gregory with the defensive rebound. He's going to bust out too. Can skip pass out to Gleason. Gleason's going to fire a long 2. That's well short. Carter comes down with it. This pace is Brisbane's pace. It's not Rockies.
No.
Carter give and go with Reichart. There's a foul. Chris Can going to get called for the foul, and Zach Carter's going to go to the line for 2 shots. And, criticism has been against Zach Carter that he's settling for 3s too much this season, but he's going right to the basket every time he gets the ball to start this game.
Yeah, and I think it's a good observation too in the pace of the game, Johnny. Rocky's in transition, and you had Turner and McMillan look like they were laboring up the floor.
Back-to-back games are never easy either, Dave. They did have the game last night versus the Sunny Coast. It was a tight game, but Rocky was able to pull away late, 82-71. But still, Sunshine Coast, it's not too far from here, but you're still traveling to get to Sunny Coast. You're playing the game, and then you get here, and you have to play a tough Brisbane team. And as we said before, Brisbane is not an easy team to prepare and play against.
Yeah, I think in Brisbane too, they got to come out and make a statement, because they got a couple games ago they got beat pretty well here by the Pirates, and so they need to try and re-establish their home ground.
Gleason in the corner is going to fire a 3. That's short as well. Gets his own rebound. Good pump fake, and then lays it up and in. Yeah, Gleason, just a class guy. He's been doing it for a long time. Jeffrey's trying to find his stroke from 3. He hits it. Lead back to 5.
We break the seal. 1 of 14 from downtown.
Gregory off of a McMillan screen gets it out to Gleason. Now Turner has it. He's double teamed. Great pass there to Philp for 3. That's good. That's a great look by Ray Turner.
Like we talked about, Johnny, that's the hit in the against this sort of good call. Against the defense that's really scrambling and flying all over the floor. Sometimes it's great energy-wise, but equally that's where you hurt him on that low post cross-court pass. especially with guys like Philp and Gregory.
Oh, it's not an easy pass, though, that cross court from the block.
No. I think and Turner's clearly got it because I'd like to see him get a few more touches too.
He's going to turn and fade away and makes it rain.
See,
He ties
I
it
told
at
ya.
32. That's a great hit.
Get the dude the ball.
You want to put your coaching hat back on, hey, you wouldn't mind having a Ray Turner in your squad, would you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Carter now for Reichardt, tied at 32 with 5 to go here in the first half. It's been a great game so far as Jeffries gets to the rack and lays it in. Where there was nobody stepping in. Where was that help defense?
Yeah, defensively, Rocky has looked pretty soft from what I've seen, and really offensively, obviously, they're fine as Gregor hits again. But defensively, they're just not putting much.
Yeah, and a great answer there by Aaron Anderson to Zach Carter. That was just a great push there by Anderson and a great find of Carter.
Are they staying with a no call? Yeah, they are. Good.
Yeah, bit of contact there. There was nothing in it.
No.
Again, I got to give credits to the referees. They're letting them play. They really are.
I think they might have called that a flop, actually. A flop warning, Johnny. So.
Really? Seen a few of those go around this year also. I think that's just the plague in basketball at every single level, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to comment. I'm not going to comment.
Well, you're a bit of a flopper, D-Love, on a Wednesday night. I know you and the Rocco Raiders like to draw those charges.
Never flop, man.
Turner spins away from the double. Great spin move. Can't finish, though. Reichardt comes down with it.
Yeah, good move from Turner and good D from Brisbane.
How about the look there from Zach Carter for Thompson? Thompson can't finish, though. And again, we've been critical of Zach Carter, but he's hustling, he's going hard, and he's getting to the rack. That was a tough catch. He juggled it a bit and had the nice pass to Thompson.
Yeah, he's probably had four or five nice passes tonight. And I guess let's just clarify, the criticism is falling in love with his Jimmy, right? And so, I mean, I think he's a really talented player, and so he can do a lot of stuff. And that's where he just needs to keep adding value, and the little things, those nice passes, boxing out, offense crashing the glass, running hard in trans, because again he's probably 6'7", 6'8", real legitimate three-man, right?
Yeah.
He just plays the four on this group because they're small.
And he does a good job. You're right. The criticism has been the jump shot, but he's got it going on inside tonight. And Brisbane has a 3-point lead, 38-35. About 4:10 to go in the game. Turner now looking to put it on the deck. He's fouled on his way to the basket.
Yeah, good move. Carter just got caught there. But again, Turner needs to stay being aggressive.
I mean,
I thought they said he picked the ball up, as in to shoot two, but changed their mind.
Gregory getting set to inbound. Gets it over to Philp. Skips it over to McMillan. Now pass stolen or knocked out of bounds by Aaron Anderson there. Anderson he's got a few steals, but he's got his hand on the ball quite a few times as well.
Yeah,
Deflections is a stat that the Terrence track as well.
Yeah, absolutely, and great energy and activity.
38-35, just under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. Great game we have here on our hands. Another tight one. Philp working off the screen, finds Gregory wide open for three. That's long. McMillan with a great offensive rebound and put back. It's a one-point game.
Yeah, good look. I mean, we can't fault Rocky's offense. They're getting in a good flow, moving the ball, and let's see if he puts this one down.
Gregory lays it up and in off the steal. Don't know what happened to Mitch Philp there. Something's not right. He's not feeling very well. He's going to have to come off. Checking in is Chris Cann. Can't really see what's happening there with Mitch Philp. Looks like it could be a bit of a knee or a thigh issue or something.
Yeah, might have got a cork.
Tommy Malloy, baseline jump shot is good. Good job there by Malloy. Now Cann has it on the wing.
Yeah, Gregory's come alive now. He's got 13 points at a real efficient clip.
Turner with a little floater, which is no good. It's tipped around. McMillan gets it out to Gregory for three. That's long. Tom Malloy with the rebound. kicks it up ahead to Anderson. Good D-trans there by Rockhampton. Kopsika's going to step into a three. That's up and that's good. Anthony Kopsikas with the three gives the Caps a 4-point lead.
Yeah, good penetration from Anderson again, who seems to be in everything early in the game.
Yeah, Anderson,
creating that look.
He's just a great player, Anderson. And I don't think he gets credit for the defense he plays as well. He's a small guy, but he's a tenacious defender as well. We see Rocky turn the ball over there. Jake Davis going to come in for Aaron Anderson.
Yeah, Davis has been a bit quiet early in the game, but again, good opportunity for the bench mob here for Brisbane.
Drew Phillips is left open for three. That's good as well. So back-to-back threes for Brisbane give them a 7-point lead.
Yeah, ball's starting to swing a bit and go in, which is always handy. And you kind of got to know that they weren't going to continue going 0 for 9, right?
Well, they've been struggling from three, but they're getting some good looks off some passing. Gleason misses. McMillan tips it out to Gregory. Gregory puts it on the deck. Gleason wide open in the wing for three. That's good. Good ball movement, good creativity, leads to a good bucket.
Yeah, Gleason's a great set shooter too. So if he can get his feet set, and if the Gregories and Phillips of the world can give him the ball, he's the lights out.
Yeah, Malloy tips it out. Now Kopskas has it. Barker goes right at the basket, lays it up and in, and the foul. Alex Barker putting the ball on the deck and finishing strong.
Yeah, good move from Barker. It could be a broken record on how bad the Rocky defense is so far. But that's what I'm seeing.
Well, they hit the soft spot of the defense. I know coaching with you, Dave, you always say against the zone, you got to hit that either high post or short corner. They got it to Barker at the free throw line, and he just attacked the space.
Yeah, and again, when Brizzy's got so many shooters, Rocky's got to know which one you're going to go to. You're going to guard the ball or run out to the shooter.
Yeah, and Barker on the season, he doesn't put up a lot of points, but he's averaging 3 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, just under an assist. He shoots 70% from the free throw line, but he's a pure energy guy, and I think a lot of teams would love to have a guy like Alex Barker on their squad.
Yeah, Brisbane, I think. Brisbane's starting to take a bit of a stranglehold on the game, I feel here, Johnny, and so Rocky's got to stay strong here in this next minute and a half and close out the game, close out the half.
Yeah, I think I like what Brisbane has done. They've really focused on shutting down Ray Turner, and they're doing a good job on the Rockhampton guards. Gleason kicks it out to Can for three. That's way off. Fighting for the rebound. Barker and Phillips get down there. They're going to call it jump ball. Possession arrow favors Brisbane, but you see Barker, first man on the deck, battling with big Ray Turner underneath the hoop.
Yeah, big Ray's got to get on the ground.
Yeah, Barker beat him to it, and that's what led to the jump ball.
Yeah.
And this is that bench unit that Coach Tarrant likes to use, and they've done a very good job tonight. I always find it very interesting though when you go with the full bench unit without any of the starters, because it takes you a little bit to get into a flow of things, and then you kind of come out with the rest of the starters.
Yeah.
So I think I would find it difficult to get into the flow again.
Well, yeah, I think that's an interesting comment too. But I think with this group, a lot of them play in the local domestic scene together. So, they do have that continuity and actually play under Jeff as well. So,
all right.
But I know what you're saying, and I think it's just adding in the pieces like Barker and Malloy, who are certainly good role players.
Yeah.
And they still sit in the zone as Brisbane just walks right into the paint.
Yeah, they wind up with a three-point shot, which is no good. Malloy tips it a couple times, can't finish. Turner comes down with it for Rockhampton. Gets it over now. Philp has it, he's back. Gregory skips it back to Mitch Philp. Philp's gonna fire for three, that's good. 49-45 the lead here for Brisbane. Let's see what Brisbane does here. Drew Phillips in the corner. Now they work it back to Kopskas, who puts it on the deck. And Gleason picks up a fairly soft third personal.
Oh, Can.
Oh, sorry, that was Chris Can.
Yeah.
I keep getting them mixed up. At a quick glance, they look
do
look alike.
They do look a bit similar, Johnny. I'm gonna give you that.
Oh, thanks, Dave. You are a true mate. 50-45 the lead now.
Well, you know, Chris has come off a development spot with the Crocs, so you know, he's a young talent. Always good to see how those guys come in off sort of NBL experience, and if they try and, you know, tear the QBL apart.
Great pass there from Can to Gregory. He can't finish the three. And then they're going to call Ray Turner for the foul as he charged into Barker, trying to grab the offensive rebound. That's his third as well.
That's a big foul with 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's a tough personal foul there. So Turner's got 3. Gleason also has 3, so bit of foul trouble here, and that also is the Rockhampton Rockets' 5th team foul, so that'll send Barker to the line for 2 shots. Brisbane up by 6, 51-45. Make it 7, 52-45 now.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Gregory, at the moment it's not really a game, right? So Rocky's going to have to think about how they're going to get some offense in this second half.
Yeah, and the question that was asked as Can fires a 3. That's our second wedgie of the game. Well, we saw one in the women's game. Got to give a shout out to the starters, our boys from NBA TV. Love a good wedgie. But the question I asked before the game was how Brisbane was going to slow down the big guys of Rockhampton, and they've completely shut McMillan and Turner down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, McMillan's only attempted, well, they're 5 of 10, the big guys, but again, they haven't really stamped their authority on the game yet.
And Brisbane can hold for the final shot in the quarter here. But the pass is stolen by Gregory from Kopskis. Philp up ahead, hits Can, who finishes, and the foul. That was not what Coach Tarrant was looking for. The turnover on one end, the layup and the foul on the other end.
Yeah, great finish too. Great steal. And good extra pass from Philp. Chris Can filling the lane on on the left transition there.
That was a huge finish there by Can. Aaron Anderson going to check in for Brisbane with 5 seconds to go. I'm going to adjust the game clock here for you guys. So there's 5.4 left. Anderson going to check in for Alex Barker. Can's free throw attempt is no good. And then there was some violation there. I'm not sure what they're calling.
They got called a foul on Phillips, which means they're going to the bonus for McMillan.
Yeah, so Oren McMillan's going to go to the free throw line for 2 shots because that was the 15th foul there on Drew Phillips.
Well, I hope McMillan, the curse I put on him, comes off at halftime, because we give him some love and he's been average.
Well, he goes to the line and he hits the first one. And one thing that I wanted to point out, Oren McMillan coming into tonight has attempted 4 3-pointers. We've already seen him shoot 2, so he's obviously trying to get himself going, but he's trying to do it from beyond the arc. Kopskis kicks ahead for Davis, drives the baseline, goes at the rack. Layup is no good. Are they going to call a foul? What are they calling here? Clock ran out. I forgot to start the timer, so sorry about that. Looked like Davis was able to get it off in time.
Yeah,
are they calling a foul, or they've
called a foul, but I kind of wonder if his hand was in the ball was in his hand as the clock went. I mean, it looked like a whole lot of red on the backboard as he went to lay it in.
Well, I like what the referee's done here. They've had a chat. They made their decision. Jake Davis goes to the line for 2 shots. Coach Tarrant not happy with it. He wanted the goaltending call and the foul.
I can't believe you just said Jeff's unhappy with the call.
So Davis hits them both. So heading into the half, it's a 6-point lead for Rockhampton, 54-48. Dave, we'll keep it here quickly. What did you like out of both teams in this first half?
Yeah, I think after Brisbane had a bit of a shaky start, they settled into moving the ball better. and getting some good looks. So Brisbane's looking pretty good. Rocky's looking shaky, to be honest. I think they're hanging in there behind Gregory, but they're not shooting at a great clip. The big guys aren't giving the production that I guess we've kind of come to expect, and that's the bit that again easily can change. I mean, I think they're 5 of 10, right? But they need more production, so they need more touches, so they need to adjust how they're going to get the ball in the second half, I think, and make McMillan and Turner a bit more effective.
And what does Rocky have to tighten up on the defensive end, because they kind of let Brisbane do almost whatever they wanted?
Just play some, I think, is the tip. I mean, their D's been terrible. 54 points is horrible, and Brisbane shooting poorly. So I think that speaks volumes. Get out of the zone for starters and have some defensive man-on-man accountability, but no split line either. So Rocky has looked anything but a contender, to be frank, tonight.
Yep, well, Brisbane definitely looks the goods at the moment. They're up 6 at the half. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some halftime statistics for you and the second half of action here on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win. In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Coaches can exchange game footage with their entire league, all from one place. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win. In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back, everybody, to NAB Stadium here in Auckland Flower. It's halftime. We got about 3 minutes, 40 seconds or so to go before the start of the second half. It's a 54-48 lead. John Guarna on the call, and I've got Dave Derwin on the call with me. Dave, you were talking just off the air there about Rockhampton's defensive effort. Pretty poor, I'd say, from their end, but they're only down 6.
Yeah, absolutely, which is good for them because Brisbane's not shooting great. I know the clip says they're shooting 46%, but they're 3 of 17 from downtown. What's kept them in the game is Brisbane's crashing the boards hard, 11 offensive rebounds. So, some of those ones from Malloy and co are keeping them in the game. Like we talked about at halftime, the two bigs need better production than 14 and 9 combined, right?
Yep.
And so Tweedy's got to do something to get them the ball. Even in the a bit more high-low action, because I think McMillan's got pretty good hands around the baseline.
Yeah.
And certainly Ray takes a handful as well. So if they're going to be more of a zone from Brisbane, they need to look to exploit it.
Yeah, I think what if you are Coach Tweedy, what can you do to get the big guys into this game? We've got Dan George sitting down with us. He'd like to see a bit of that side on-ball screens, maybe some cuts to the basket. How are you getting the big guys the ball against that packed day?
Just simple. They got to work together. I mean, they can go with some simple screen aways, exchanges, etc. The UCLA type action where they get the bigs coming off picks and putting them in mismatches, because again they've got a size advantage. So you look to get them in on balls and some screening situations where they might switch and then penalise them. Because also too, Brizzy likes hacking, right? Like they like going for their they like gambling too, and so if you be tough with the ball, you can get them on foul trouble, which Mackay did last week really well.
Yeah, I think I also think Brisbane speed has sped up Rockhampton at certain times where we see them shooting all the three-pointers. If we look at Rockhampton stats, they've already taken 23s, and that they're not a typically, they like the three-pointers when you have a guy like Gregory and Gleason.
Yeah.
But they're not usually averaging 20 points or 23-point attempts a game, let alone a half.
Yeah, and I don't think they've been bad shot. In particular from Gleason and Gregory, I think they've been pretty solid. So, as in shots-wise. And I think, the other thing we talked about earlier, Johnny, was just the energy from Rocky and the vibe. They don't look that interested, to be honest. And as you say, they're only 6 down. So if they can get interested in the next 24 minutes,
I mean, the game is far from over here. I think, Rockhampton got some good stuff. I do think, and I agree with you, that they need to get Ray Turner and Oren McMillan back. One thing that we have to also take into consideration, and not making excuses, but it's this is only the second time McMillan and Turner are playing together on the season. McMillan has been more of a feature, but now he's got to take a little step back with Turner back in the fold. So how much of an adjustment do you think, or how much of an impact do you think that has had on the game?
Yeah, a little bit, I think. But again, I'm pretty frank, and McMillan's defense has been horrible for most parts, in my opinion. So equally, down the other end is where he's been disappointing. Offensively, I think, as I said, he's not great. Coming out of Siebel, where he was, I guess, a good all-round player without any strength, without any super strength per se. But I just think they just need to get a bit more energized. I mean, even now coming off, other than Gregory and Gleason, the rest of them kind of don't look too energized and into it.
And Brisbane has gotten Rockhampton to play their kind of game. I think Brisbane has done a fairly good job moving the pill, so it's not a lot of that dribble, shoot. We've seen them shooting the ball off the pass quite a bit as well. So I think Brisbane has a bit of room for improvement because they didn't shoot the ball well in the first half either.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just poor split defense from Rocky. At least they're back. At least it looks like they're back in a one to start the game, though, Johnny.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how if they stay in that man-to-man.
Yeah.
But Brisbane here in that pack zone defense. Good look inside for Turner. He blows the dunk, though. He tried to yoke it, and he caught it on the front rim. And Anderson, with a bit of contact, misses the floater. He thought there was a foul coming. Gleason hits Gregory on the run. Back out to Gleason. Good pump fake. He's got his feet set. Three-pointers up. No good. Turner with the offensive rebound. His putback is short. McMillan with another offensive rebound. Gregory's three is good, though. Gregory's that's a good three-point shot. Cuts the lead to three.
Yeah, and McMillan's back in my good books. Offensive rebound, good kick out. That's what you want. And again, good closeout on Anderson there.
Dusty has it inside against Gleason. He's going right at him. Going to pull up for the jump shot. That's short. McMillan with the defensive rebound. Pass nearly stolen there by Jeffries. I know you don't like those underhand passes.
No, a little too loose, a little too casual. Especially when you've turned it over 12 times in the first half. But a good energy from Rocky to start the game. Start the half, sorry.
Philp looking inside, has it knocked away, but it winds up in the hands of Gleason. Out to Gregory. Jump stop, he's triple teamed. He tries to get it out, he does to McMillan. There's 5 seconds on the shot clock. Philp throws up the alley-oop. Turner recovers and dunks it with two hands.
Yeah, good pass, good heads up from Philp. He looked for the alley originally, I think, but good outcome in the end.
1 point game now, 55-43 the lead. Thompson's going to step into a baseline jumper that's short. Good offensive rebound and put back by Dusty Reichart. And then Thompson and McMillan getting tangled up a bit. Kurt Thompson's one of my favorite players. I just love his energy.
Yeah.
And he'll mix it and scrap with anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. He won't take a backward step for sure.
Gregory puts it on the deck, pulls up, foul line, jump shot is long. There's contact.
Good call.
They're going to call that one on Ryan Jeffries.
I think either him or Curdy T got him anyway. One of them got him.
One from the front, maybe one from the back. Who knows? There was definite contact.
Well, Gregory actually missed Mitchie Philp who was the next pass. So and generally, I think he's going to put it upon himself to carry the team, which is understandable based on the first half.
I mean, he's certainly a talent. I like the way he can put the ball on the deck. We haven't seen him really at the rim too much. He's putting it on the deck for that pull-up jump shot, but he hits him, so the score's at 56-55 now. Forgot to remind me to take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard here. Southwest up on Cairns, 77-70 as Jeffries' three is no good. McMillan with a good defensive rebound. Philp loses it on his way, and he's fouled. Mitch Philp likes the call.
Yeah, good aggressive energy here from Rockhampton offensively, looking to penetrate, looking to put the defense under pressure, which is exactly what they're after.
Yeah, we see here's some of that high screen and roll action also. Gleason hands over to Gregory. Gregory gets it on the deck out to Philp. Wide open three is up and good. And Rockhampton takes the lead, 58-56 on a Mitch Philp three.
Yeah, better action, better inside-out action, Johnny, here from Rocky.
Anderson drives baseline, kicks it out. Jeffries now over to Thompson. Thompson nearly shuffled his feet. Anderson fires for three. That's long. Turner with the defensive rebound. Up ahead, Phillips. Phillips going to stop and pop. That's short. McMillan with another offensive rebound out to Turner. Phillips, no look to Gregory. He's going to step into a two. No, dumps it inside for McMillan, who's fouled by Anderson. And Dave, you're shaking your head. You like what you see?
Yeah, absolutely. Rocky looked real good. Maybe Tweedy gave him the rocket they needed. Pardon the pun. But, you know, just chalk and cheese from the first half to this first, 3 or 4 minutes here in the second half. Good spacing and, much better energy offensively at least. Still like to get them out of that zone. I don't know why they'd sit in the zone the whole game.
I think teams are going to play zone against Brisbane because they have been struggling from three.
I'd play Brisbane with a 3-2 zone. And I think that gives you better coverage of the guards. And then obviously you got to box out, that's all. But, I think that this 2-3, there's lots of gaps.
It's interesting here. Kopskis puts it on the deck and flips one up and in. So the lead now 59-58 for Rockhampton. That's, if you're playing zone, you don't expect a dribble penetration like that. As Brisbane nearly forces their turnover. They're going to call this one on. Looks like it's going to go on.
Maybe Carter?
Yeah, Zach Carter's going to get called for the foul. So Brisbane already with 4 team fouls with 6:06 to go in the third.
Yeah, again, tick to Tweedy's group because keep attacking, get to the foul line. Good job.
It's a good aggressive play. Brisbane can be a bit over-aggressive defensively, but that's their style of play. Yeah,
they're up and in, and obviously they create a lot of steals. I think Kurt leads the league, I think, at 3.5 steals a game, and Brisbane's certainly one of the better teams in that stat.
Anderson isn't too far behind as Gleason takes one step too many.
Yeah, it kind of looked like a travel. I don't know if it was, but it kind of looked like one.
Yeah, there were a couple big steps there from Gleason. When you see one of the smaller guys on the court take a few big ones, you're a bit suspicious.
Yeah, but just a bit of a different look offensively. They kind of look like they're running Gleason off. Carter misses real ugly.
Few tips up, but Brisbane can't get it to drop. Philp comes down with it. Quick in and out by Mitch Philp. Inside now for McMillan. Good pump fake, goes away from the double. Good hands there, though, by Dusty Reichart. And then Aaron McMillan gets called for the foul. That's going to be McMillan. Is that his third? Yep, that's his third personal. So McMillan has 3. Ray Turner has 3. Sean Gleason has 3. Mitch Philp, Chris Cann has 3 as well.
Yeah.
Good catch there by John Boy with his feet, legs, whatever. Drew Phillips for 3 is no good. Gregory comes down with it. So after a hot start, both teams have kind of gone cold here. Philp now.
He missed Gregory, who was naked, but he'll settle for the Gleason 3, which
Gleason,
is a good outcome.
Yeah. I mean, you don't mind Gleason taking that one either. He hits it. The lead now 4. And Brisbane has gone a bit cold here also.
Yeah, and this will be interesting to see how they go offensively if they're going to settle.
Kopskis gets open underneath and lays it up and in. Good look there by Thompson.
Yeah, this Rocky D is just Swiss cheese, mate. There's holes everywhere, and how do you not find the 6-foot Kopskis naked under the middle of the rim?
Gleason gets fouled there by Kopskis. That's the 15th foul. So Gleason's going to go to line for 2 shots. And that's Anthony Kopskis' second personal foul.
Yeah, again, Rocky's now in a real nice position here to capitalize. Every single trip's going to go to the foul line. And again, though, however, good energy offensively from Rockhampton, but we're not seeing the big guys with more touches.
No, and we're not seeing improved defense there either. No. But they're up by 4, 64-60. Good kick ahead for Davis. Davis skips it out. Phillips. Now Carter going to step into a wing 3. That's
nice.
Good.
Good rhythm, jump shot. Good pass from Phillips.
That's a lead that is cutting out to 1 with the Zach Carter 3. Gleason has it now in front of the Brisbane fans. He hands off for Philp. Corner three is up. That's a terrible shot, but Turner cleans it up.
Yeah,
I don't know if he was angry at the shot or the contact or what.
Yeah, I mean, it was a terrible shot. Carter, 2 in a row.
Bit short that time. Reichart fighting for the rebound. Gleason, though, comes down with it. Turner up ahead, leaves his feet, barrels over Kopskis, and that's the 4th personal foul on Ray Turner. Probably a bad pass there by Gleason, leading to the foul on Ray Turner.
Yeah, I think that's a bad call. Like, that's a flop for me. Yeah. That, there was minimal contact.
The thing is that Turner got himself in a bad position by leaving his feet. The ball was kind of stuck in his hand. He didn't know what he was doing. It made it look like a charge.
Yeah.
Kopskis definitely, enhanced it a bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
There was definite contact.
For all you wonderful referees watching our replay, give Johnny get Johnny on Twitter and tell us if that was a real charge or not.
Tommy Malloy with the tip cuts the lead back to 66-65.
He does flop a lot, Kopskis, right? Like,
he draws a lot of charges. I'll put it that way. Can three is short as well. Phillips now with the defensive rebound. Brisbane has an opportunity to take the lead. They're down 1, 3:20 to go in the third here. Here's the bench unit for Brisbane that gave them some good minutes in the first half.
Yeah, they kind of probably the group that got Brisbane on top of Rockhampton, and it'll be interesting to see if they can exploit now that Turner's out. Phillips hitting a big three. Good patience offensively.
Yeah, and a great dribble and kick by Barker there.
Yeah.
Now Gregory has it guarded closely by Phillips. Out to Can. Can thinks about a three. Tries to skip it. It's stolen, though, by Kopskis. Goes behind his back. Kicks ahead for Davis, who lays it up and in. And the lead is now 4, 70-66 for Brisbane.
Yeah, it's been a tough night at the office so far for Chris Can. When he's come in, a couple of good looks that he hasn't executed on. And then a couple of turnovers, too.
Gregory three is short. Kopskis with the rebound. Coach Tweedy really wanted a timeout, not happy with the bench or the refs as Phillips nearly loses it. Now Barker has it. Shot clock hasn't moved. Still at 24 seconds. Kopskis gets it back. And then Aaron McMillan fouls Tommy Malloy underneath the basket. And that's McMillan's 4th personal foul.
Yeah, that was silly. Real silly.
Yeah, there's going to be a timeout on the floor, so we'll take one as well. With 2:14 to go, 2:14 to go here in the third. Rockhampton trails Brisbane 70-66 on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium here in Auchenflower. It's a 70-66 lead for the Brisbane Capitals over the Rockhampton Rockets. Taking a quick look at some stats for Rockhampton. They've got 4 players in double digits, led by Jordan Gregory's 20 points. The next top scorer for Rockhampton, Sean Gleason with 13. Mitch Phillips got 12. Ray Turner with 11. They're shooting 44% from the field, 39% from 3. They're 11 of 14 from the free throw line as well. If you take a look at Brisbane, you have one player in double digits, which is Zach Carter. He's got 11 points, 3 rebounds as well. Then you look, it's a balanced attack here. Anderson's got 6. Dusty Reichart has 6. Ryan Jeffries with 4. Brisbane so far in the game shooting 41%, only 20%. They're 5 of 25 from 3. Tommy Malloy at the line misses the first one.
Crucial couple minutes here for Rocky. McMillan's playing with 4, so we'll see if he can hang in the game.
Malloy misses them both. I think they need to do something. They need to kind of get Gregory, get him a good look. He's gone cold here in the second half.
Yeah, and equally, you know, Gleason's a good player. They need to get into some touches.
Here he is with the touch, leaves his feet, hits Philp. Corner now for Gregory. Good scrambling defense here, but left open is Gleason for corner three. That no good. Phillips comes down with it, so good scramble D there from Brisbane. That's a good defensive set.
Yeah, absolutely. In the last few minutes, Brisbane certainly coming on top of Rocky.
Brisbane has the ball in the hands of Jacob Davis. 10 seconds now on the shot clock. Phillips has it on the wing, looking to work on McTeer. Hands it off for Kopskas. Little teardrop is good from Anthony Kopskas, and the lead is now 6.
He's come in and given them good minutes, and obviously taken those charges, which has certainly helped.
Look inside for McTeer. The pass is kicked, so the clock will reset. Good look inside from Phil for McTeer.
Yeah, Rocky's struggling to get any good looks out of their offensive sets. Is that a fair comment, Johnny?
I think so, Dave. I think Brisbane, though, I don't know if it's Rocky or if it's just the defense that Brisbane's playing. I've been really impressed with the Brisbane D here tonight as Gleason leaves his feet, and he's fouled there by Tommy Malloy.
Yeah, and like we talked about, Rocky's probably not used to it. Brisbane has a bit of a style of their D, and they certainly, they're in your grill, but I would challenge that they overhelp sometimes and overcommit, and then you got to punish them on that weak side, where whether it's a skip or whether it's the big stepping in and you know, getting that high-low action off the back of it.
Yeah, but I think where Rockhampton is struggling is their jump shot isn't falling. They're getting that reversal and they're getting that skip pass. The shot's just not falling.
Yeah.
Brisbane is contesting quite a few of those as well, even though it's a bit overcommitment. They're still getting in there and challenging the Rockhampton shot.
Yeah, and Brizzy, and as you said, Brizzy's done a good job this quarter for sure of defensively. And now they're going back to the line.
Yeah, and that's I think for me, if I'm Rockhampton, you almost play for the foul at this point because the shot's not falling. Brisbane's in the bonus. Just keep attacking the glass and play for the foul. You know, where Rockhampton has scored mainly in this quarter is at the free throw line. They were in the bonus at 6 minutes.
And I think, you know, the other thing is, you know, Rocky's got to get there. Whatever sets Coach Tweedy runs for his two guards in Gleason and Gregory, he's got to run something. Like, got to get them the ball.
Phil goes 1 of 2, so 72-69 the lead here.
But good action here, Johnny, that's for sure, with Rocky coming out and dominating the first few minutes, and then Brisbane coming back and dominating the last few minutes.
Yeah, the three-pointer is a great equalizer as Jake Davis hits a three. 75-69 now the lead for Brisbane. That's a decent crowd. It's probably not as good as the crowd last week versus Mackay. But the crowd very into this one tonight as well as Gregory leaves his feet, finds Gleason in the wing for three. Short. Barker with the rebound. He's going to bust out, gets it to Kopskas, and there's about a 1 second differential between the game and shot clock. Barker inside. He's fouled. They're going to give that one to Jordan Gregory, I think. Now they're going to call it on Mitch Philp. It's going to be Philp's first personal.
Yeah, I talked, I guess, before the game about Jeffries having a big game, and, you know, we haven't seen a great deal of him tonight.
Yeah, this is the bench unit here from Brisbane. Jacob Davis going to fire a three, and that's another back-to-back three for Jake Davis. Lead is now 9 for Brisbane. Phil putting it on the deck, shuffled his feet, got to get the three-pointer off. McTeer doesn't. He hits the shot. It doesn't count. Jackson McTeer loved that he hit it, but the clock had expired. And the bench unit from Brisbane really giving the Capitals a push. They lead by 9, 78-69, Dave. That was a very good end to the quarter for the Brisbane Capitals.
Yeah, they really, they copped a few hits from Rocky, but they hung in tough and gave a few jabs back. And now they're clearly in a good position to roll here, Rocky. The big guys are in foul trouble, and to be honest, they've just gone real cold in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, well, it's the end of the quarter, so we'll take a quick break. Head into the fourth quarter for you. Down 9, the Rockhampton Rockets to the Brisbane Capitals here on QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Welcome back to NAB Stadium here in Auckland Flower. It's a 78-69 lead for the Brisbane Capitals over the Rockhampton Rockets. Looking at the third quarter there, Brisbane only outscored Rocky by 3, 24-21. It seemed like a lot more, I guess, because they were back and forth. Brisbane opened that big lead. Rocky got it back, but then Brisbane ran away in the end of the third.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good quarter of action. You know, Rocky was getting back into it, and then Brisbane came back and again are in a good position here to roll them.
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at the stats for Brisbane. Carter and Kopskas with 11. Jake Davis leads the Capitals, though, with 14. He's 2 of 6 from 3. And then you look at Rockhampton, 4 of their 5 starters in double digits, but that's it. You got Oren McMillan, the only starter without double digits. He's got 8 points and 8 rebounds, though.
Yeah, good production. I like from Davis when he comes in and gives you 14 in 12 minutes.
Yeah, Gleason misses the 3. Kick ahead for Jake Davis. He takes 1 step too many, though. That's a travel.
Yeah.
Good running there by Jake Davis. He just got a little bit ahead of himself.
Yeah, good call.
And I like Coach Tarrant sticking with the bench unit. These guys have been a real spark for Brisbane.
Yeah, good read here from Tarrant in rewarding this group, because this has been the group that's got them back in the game.
And a lot of it starts on the defensive end with this group also.
Yeah, good energy.
McMillan skips it to Gleason. Gleason puts it on the deck, kicks it out for Gregory. 3 is up and short. Jake Davis and Tommy Malloy fight for it. Davis comes down with it.
I can't remember the last time Gregory hit a shot. I mean, I don't have the stat sheet in front of me, but
Jake Davis on absolute fire. He's increased the lead to 12, 81-69.
Yeah, handy little 17 points off the bench from him.
Yeah, and we saw it coming. He had a great game for the Cavs last week, and that's carried over into this one versus Rockhampton. Rockhampton has no answer for him yet. Phillips going to fire a 3. That's short. McMillan with the offensive rebound. They work it around. Gregory 3 now. That's enough as well. We don't see, again, I think Rockhampton is just playing right into the hands of Brisbane.
Yeah, and even Turner, I don't know if he's maybe injured, Johnny, but he looked a bit gingerly on that last possession too.
Yeah, he doesn't look too happy. He's calling to the bench, so I think you might be right, Dave. Not looking like Ray Turner's 100% healthy. Jeff Tarrant going to go to the bench. Ryan Jeffries, Zach Carter going to check in for Tom Malloy. Alex Barker, Drew Phillips also checking out, and Dusty Reichard checking in. So we see here's a bit of Coach Tarrant's going to go to the full starting lineup. Davis and Kopska's going to check out as well. Thompson, Anderson, Carter, Jeffries, and Reichard back in for the Caps.
Yeah, and this is the kind of scenario too, Johnny, where, I'd leave Davis out there. I mean, the kid's on fire. He's producing. Keep milking him, right?
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Dave. But nonetheless, it's the starters back out here as McMillan fires a deep 3 that rolls in and out. Carter with the good board.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, the whole conversation of minutes for minutes' sake and giving minutes for guys who deserve to be playing, if you know what I mean.
Jeffries with the baseline jump shot, so it's 83-69 now. And Coach Tarrant looks like he's going to roll with the starters here to finish this one off.
Well, unless Rocky do something in the next few minutes, it will be finished.
It's getting that way. It's a 14-point lead now for Brisbane. Gleason's got to fire a deep one. That's no good. Reichart with the rebound. He skips ahead to Anderson. Anderson throws it up for Thompson, who cannot finish, a bit too strong. Philp comes down with it. There's that half-court trap. Good break there. McMillan hits Gleason on the block. Gets it out to Mitch Philp. Philp with the hesitation dumps it inside for Ray Turner. Left-handed is good.
Yeah, Ray's he is laboring out there, and I'm not sure if he's which part's injured. I think it looks sort of maybe knee or leg. I think he's going to come out. Yeah, he is.
Yeah, Ray Turner going to come out. Jackson McTeer checking back in for Rockhampton. looks like Rockhampton's going to take a timeout, so we will take one as well. The score is 83-71. The Capitals lead the Rockets. 7:15 to go in the game. You're watching QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
We're back here at NAB Stadium in Auckland Flower. It's an 83-71 lead. Dave, Brisbane kind of keeping that double-digit lead. Rocky needs to make something happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I don't know where they are, because Gregory's gone real cold since his solid first half. He has 20 points, but the shooting clip's gone down in the last quarter, that's for sure, as Carter takes another good three. Curdy T on the glass, doing what he does.
Kurt Thompson with a great putback there, increasing the lead to 14. I can't believe the work that Brisbane has done on the glass. If we look at these rebounding numbers, they're dominating Rockhampton on the boards.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, and like we talked about in the start of the game, it's a lot of the energy, right? Like, if I was Tarrant, I would have. Nice pass inside. Dusty unable to finish. I would have, in that last time out, I would have been telling Brisbane that this is the opportunity where they need to start cementing themselves as a legit contender, right? They've been bridesmaid, and they want to try and get one better this year.
Gregory misses another three. Good follow and put back, though, there by McMillan. Need a bit more of that. They need a Gregory three to fall sooner rather than later, too. 12 points the lead here with 6:10 to go in the game.
Yeah, 11 plus rebounding differential.
Yeah, great cut there by Rijkaard, and a good finish on a good look by Zach Carter. So it seems like every time Rocky gets a bucket, Brisbane has an answer.
Yeah, I think Rocky is just holding on from getting blown out.
Mitch Philp, though, with the three, cuts the lead to 11. And Jeffries cannot handle the pass. He regathers, though. Not sure what they're calling here. They're going to call a foul on Rockhampton. That one's going to go on Jackson McTeer. That's McTeer's fourth personal as well. Sorry, third personal. So Rocky's got 2 team fouls. No team fouls for Brisbane. With 5:36 to go in the game, it's an 11-point lead for the Capitals. And Rockhampton, again, Dave, I got to look at these 3-point numbers. I would love to compare it. They've shot 36 threes tonight. Anderson hits Rijkaard on the foul line. Jump shot is good. Great in and out look there from Anderson to Rijkaard. Increases the lead to 13. McMillan, I'm going to call a kick ball here, so it's going to reset.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we look at Gregory's second half, 0 for 7 is his stats. So, their best scorer, in my opinion, is ice cold.
Turner is on the end of the bench. He hasn't been fully healthy tonight.
No, I think it did look like he maybe picked up that injury earlier in the game.
McMillan puts it down off the creativity of Mitch Philp. The lead is 11. Jeffries goes right at the basket on the other end and finishes strong. 91-78. Gleason has it out to McMillan. Now Philp with the little jab stab. He's got to bring it back out. Trying to throw it inside.
Nice.
He hits McMillan. McMillan finishes with the left hand.
Yeah.
And the lead is 11 now.
Yeah, good job. That's his 8th assist. 16 points, 8 assists for Philp, who's certainly competed. And he's given it his all for Rocky.
Well, Dusty Rijkaard putting it on the deck and answers at the other end. It's now a 13-point lead, 93-80.
They've just been so disappointing in the low part of their zone. and whether or not that's some of the guards' fault of getting beat too easy.
As Gleason hits a 3 to cut the lead to 10, and Coach Jeff Tarrant's going to take a timeout. I like the timeout here because you think Brisbane's kind of in control. They could pull away, but they're letting Rockhampton hang around. We'll keep it here, Dave, because I want to talk to you a little bit about this 10-point lead with 4:19 to go. You don't have to make too many crazy adjustments at this point, but what do you do if you're Rockhampton to get into this one?
Yeah, I think they've been cold, right? So maybe they're hoping they're due for a couple of shots to go down, but they really got to execute. And it looks like they run a pretty free and loose offense as well. So, but they got to get Gleason just hit the 3. So they got to get Gleason and Gregory maybe going to the line and looking for some more action where they're on the rim. Obviously, I think Turner looks like he's done from an injury, so he's out of the game, which is bad for them. But there's still a shooter's chance in the game, and Brisbane's just got to, I think, capitalise.
Caps looking to kind of finish this one off. Dusty Reichardt coming out onto the court with Jeffries, Carter, Thompson, and Anderson, the starters there for the Capitals. Rockhampton's going to answer with McMillan, Gregory, Gleason, McTeer, and Philp.
Dusty busting out of the huddle early. I think he knows what's going on.
He just wants the rock. Dusty's saying, just give me the pill and let me go to work. Then a quick few subs. Carter and Jeffries out. Kopsikas and Phillips in. So 4:10 to go. It's a 10-point lead. McMillan kicks it out. So Brisbane keeps possession.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see how this Brisbane team continues, right? I mean, Zach wasn't too happy with coming out, as you wouldn't be as a competitor, right? You want to put a nail in the coffin of this Rocky group.
Thompson baseline jumper is an air ball. Phillips gets it out to Anderson.
Oh,
he's got to fire away.
Sneaky shot clock. They missed that, but it didn't matter.
Didn't matter as Anderson fired it in time for the 3 to increase it to a 13-point lead. Gleason on the deck. The pass is stolen. Thompson leading the break. Tries to hand off for Kopsikas, who dumps it off for Reichardt, lays it up and in. That's a nice transition bucket there by the Caps.
Yeah, Caps full of running, and Rocky looking like they want the game to end.
Yeah, I think if they can't get a couple of buckets in a row and a few stops, this game could be over quickly for Rockhampton. McMillan with the offensive rebound, and then he's fouled. That's the first team foul against Brisbane with 3:15 to go in the game.
Yeah, Gleason getting a bit frustrated, thinking that those Brisbane guards are all over him.
Well, that's the thing with Brisbane. They play physically, and they do it the whole game from start to finish. McTeer misses the layup. Anderson goes through the contact to lay it up and in. Gleason wanted the foul call there.
Yeah. And that's really frustrating from a player's point of view, because you fouled him as intentionally as you could, and intentionally to avoid a 2-pointer, and they get another 2-point out of it.
It's 183 now. So the Capitals hit triple digits. Phil, a lot of dribble, dumps it inside. McTeer cannot finish, gets his own rebound, and misses that one as well. Skip ahead for Kopsikas, dumps it down for Thompson, out to Reichardt. 3-pointer is up and does it roll home. It's tipped in by Drew Phillips. 102-83 now, and Brisbane running away with this one.
Yeah, just too deep and just too efficient.
And the 3-pointer by Gleason is good, but the 3-pointer has kind of left Rockhampton and really hurt them tonight.
Yeah, Gleason and Phillips certainly have competed all night.
Referee going to bring a couple of the fellas in, doing a bit of banging inside. Kopsikas, no doubt involved as usual, with Jackson McTeer. Kurt Thompson going to check out. Jacob Davis going to check back in. Checking in for Rockhampton, number 11, Reese Taylor. Reichardt thinks about it, tries to hit Davis cutting baseline. He's fouled. That foul is going to go on number 13, Marcus Fossey. So both teams kind of going to the bench here. I think Rockhampton's kind of putting the towel in it.
Yeah. Well, then he traveled with 9 too, so you know, they're doing it tough.
Jake Davis hits the free throw. It's 18 points for Jacob Davis. It's always a nice weapon to have off the bench, your leading scorer coming out. Davis with 19 now. Jake Davis had his season high last week versus Mackay, which was 13. He's got a new season high for himself tonight with 19.
The microwave.
I like it. Who's the original?
Big Vinny.
Detroit, what? There's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. 104-85 the lead. We're under 2 to go in the game on QBL TV. Presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.
In-depth video analysis is no longer just for the pros. Huddle is an easy and affordable tool that brings professional level insight to club and high school teams. Just film and track events live at games and upload them to huddle.com. Accelerate player development with team messaging, automatically generated shot charts and reports, and the ability to add notes and drawings to your video. Huddle even allows athletes to create highlights to help them get noticed. Sign up for a free trial to see for yourself how Huddle helps teams win.
Back with you here at NAB Stadium in Auckland Flower. Under 2 minutes to go here, and it's a 104-85 lead for Brisbane over Rockhampton. Coach Neil Tweedy's gone to his bench, and he's taken all the starters bar Jordan Gregory out. And Brisbane going to answer with a couple of starters in Anderson, Reichardt. As Anderson steals from Chris Can, goes right to the rim, lays it up and in. 106-85 the lead now.
Yeah, a good statement here from Brisbane. You know, telling the league we're a contender. Just pump Rocky by 20.
And I think Brisbane wanted to make a statement tonight. They weren't happy with the way they played. They were happy with the result last week versus Mackay, but they certainly weren't happy with the way they played. I think tonight, you know, this is some of the best basketball I've seen Brisbane play this year, and there's still room for improvement, though. As Jordan Gregory finally hits a 3 in the second half.
On 3 Brisbane guys.
Yeah. Oh, you can't fault the defense on that one, can you?
No.
Jacob Davis shoots an air ball. He earned that one, though. He earned it.
Yeah.
The lead is 18, but if you're Rockhampton here, let's play the comparison game, Dave. We saw Logan and Cairns last night. It was probably a bit of a role reversal for me, where I thought Logan was one of the contenders coming from the Southern pool, but Cairns absolutely dominated them last night. And then tonight I was expecting a little bit more out of Rockhampton, but Brisbane really showed me a lot. So where do you see Brisbane in the thick of things? Are they one of the contenders? Can you see them playing for a grand final and a championship this season?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's not only the depth, it's the continuity of the group, because they've been together now for 3 years, and really, you know, it's time where you know, being involved in running programs, you got to get better, right? And if you're around the mark, you got to start winning, and that's what teams like Mackay and Rockhampton have done.
Yep.
So Brisbane's really, you know, they got to take to the next level and win. And so, but you know, equally, you know, they're a great team and a good chance this season, I think, from what we've seen. Cairns were quite good. Logan were disappointing. You know, I think Coach Perlman did a good job with that group last night, and they gave Logan a good beating.
And what do you think about Rockhampton? Would you consider them a contender? Off of this is probably not their best performance of the night or of the season, but they just have a ton of talent, and you can't write them off of a game like this.
No, absolutely, especially Turner coming back in, and you know, I think he looked like he twinged something earlier in the game. He didn't really look healthy. But you know, he'll get back into the flow, and you know, they're tough up in Rocky. They grow, you know, 3 arms and 4 legs up there with that crowd.
Yep.
So you know, they're okay.
CJ, how you going? 106-93. It's a good win there for the Brisbane Capitals over the Rockhampton Rockets. I think we could potentially see these guys in a grand final.
Yeah.
Rockhampton, I think, again, reintroducing Ray Turner to the mix, I think is going to be a good win for them. I think they still have a bit of work to do to getting McMillan and Turner playing together. And then, Turner coming in means McMillan misses a few shots, means Gregory. Everyone kind of, the distribution has to flow a little bit further out.
Yeah.
Guys have to get readjusted to that.
And that's Rocky's roster, right? Like, there's no one else coming in now. So, they got to live with that.
Well, you never know in the QBL.
You don't. So, but again, and we saw Jordan in his last 3 shots, right, which were tough as well. So he just went real cold there for about 17 minutes of the second half. Other than that, he's a real nice player, and so that'll be interesting to see how they progress. And yeah.
Well, let's take a quick look at the final stats. 93 points for Rockhampton. They shot 43% from the field, 36% from 3 on 15 of 41 shooting. They were out-rebounded by 7 rebounds, so they got back in there. Their leading scorer for the game was Jordan Gregory with 28 points. He also had 8 rebounds and 4 assists. When you look at Brisbane, they shot 46% from the field, only 25% from 3, and their leading scorer was Jacob Davis off the bench with 19. But that's going to do it for us here. I got to thank Dave Derwin. Thanks again for joining me, D-Love. Always great on the call. I got to thank Mark Beals and Hannah Beals on the production for us tonight. Great job, guys. I also got to thank Chris Sieber for his excellent camera work, and thanks everyone for tuning in. Next week, we're live from Ipswich as the University of Sunshine Coast Rip take on the Ipswich Force. Thanks everyone for tuning in to QBL TV, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media.